but figured I'd share since some of you might find it cathartic. Maybe. The setup. Been with my wife for 7 years, married for 3. Thought things were solid. Like really solid. We had our routines, our inside jokes, the whole shebang. She always talked about her amazing best friend from college. Let's call her best friend. I'd met best friend a few times, seemed nice enough, if a bit clingy with my wife. Didn't think much of it. Until I did. About 6 months ago, I started noticing little things. My wife's phone constantly buzzing with messages from best friend. Late night study sessions at best friend's place. Best friend works remotely, so that was SUS. Wife being weirdly secretive about her phone. Gut feeling, you know? That little voice screaming, something ain't right. Being the kind of guy who likes facts, not drama, I started paying closer attention. Nothing crazy, just observing. Then came the work trip for my wife. A whole week. Seemed legit. Until I found a receipt in her jacket pocket. A fancy restaurant, 2 dinners, the day after she supposedly left. Not on her work trip itinerary. Bingo. The dive. That's when my Canadian Navy diving skills read. My ability to deep dive into digital evidence kicked in. I waited until she was actually on her trip and, yeah, I went through her phone. Backups on the cloud are a hell of a thing, let me tell you. What I found? Months. Months of messages. Not just friendly banter. Like, deeply intimate stuff. Pictures. Plans. Hotel reservations. Turns out, the study sessions were anything but. And the work trip? A romantic getaway with best friend. My blood ran cold. Betrayal. Pure and simple. Didn't yell. Didn't scream. Just felt this icy calm wash over me. Like, okay, this is what's happening. Time to strategize. Next up, gathering intel and making a plan. Stay tuned, folks. This ain't over. Update 1. The gathering storm, 4 days later. Okay, so after the initial shock, I went full Sherlock Holmes. Documented everything. Screenshots of the messages, the restaurant receipt, even tracked down some of their social media posts from the work trip. They weren't exactly subtle. Built myself a nice little evidence file. Then I started thinking about the how and why. Best friend always seemed a bit envious of our life, our home. My wife. I honestly don't know. Maybe she was bored? Maybe she thought she could have it all? Doesn't matter now. The trust is gone. Shattered. I knew I couldn't just blow up. That's not my style. I wanted them to feel the consequences, the real weight of their actions. So I started making moves. Quietly. Methodically. First, finances. I have my own accounts, always have. But we did have some joint savings for, future stuff. I started discreetly moving my half out. Not all at once, didn't want to trigger any alarms. Slow and steady. Then I contacted a lawyer. Smartest move I made. Explained the situation. Showed him the evidence. He was not surprised, sadly. Apparently, this kind of crap happens more than you'd think. He advised me on my rights, what I could expect. Meanwhile, life at home was normal. Wife came back from her trip, all smiles and stories about work conferences. I played along, asked her about her days, nodded, even hugged her. Inside, I was a glacier. Calculating. Waiting for the right moment. Best friend kept texting, calling. My wife would sneak off to answer, whispering sweet nothings. It was almost comical, the audacity. The lawyer suggested I wait until I had all my ducks in a row before confronting her. He said it would give me the upper hand. So I waited. Patiently. Like a predator stalking its prey. Next up, the confrontation and the first domino falls. It's gonna get interesting. Update 2. The reckoning 1 week after update 1. The moment finally came. Wife was home, lounging on the couch, scrolling through her phone with a goofy smile, probably texting best friend. I walked in with my laptop, connected it to the TV. Hey, I said, my voice calm. Can we talk? She looked up, surprised. Sure, what's up? I think you know, I said, clicking play on a slideshow I'd prepared. It started with the restaurant receipt, blown up on the screen. Her face paled. Then came the messages. Pages and pages of them. The pictures. the hotel confirmations, the whole sordid story, laid out in black and white. She didn't say anything for a long time, just stared at the screen, her eyes wide with disbelief and dawning horror. Finally, she whispered, How did you? I'm resourceful, I replied flatly. And you weren't as careful as you thought. Then came the waterworks, the apologies, the promises that it was a mistake, that it didn't mean anything. The classic playbook. I just listened, my expression unchanging. When she finally ran out of steam, I said, I've already spoken to a lawyer. I'm filing for divorce. Her face crumpled. Divorce? But we can work through this. No, I said, my voice firm. You made your choice. And these are the consequences. That's when best friend started blowing up her phone. Calls, texts, voicemails. My wife looked at it, tears streaming down her face. She doesn't know, she choked out. Oh, she will, I said, picking up my own phone. I'd already drafted a polite but very detailed email to best friend's workplace HR, outlining her little getaways during supposed work hours, complete with timestamps and social media evidence. Hit send. My wife gasped. You wouldn't. I just raised an eyebrow. Wouldn't I? The look on her face was priceless. The realization that her actions had real, tangible consequences, not just with me, but with her bestie and possibly her job. That night was rough. Lots of crying, begging, pleading. I stayed calm, reiterated my decision. The trust was irrevocably broken. Next up, the fallout and moving on. It's gonna be a bumpy ride for them, but I'm finally seeing some light. Final update. Justice served. 2 weeks after update 2. Well, folks, the dust has mostly settled. The divorce is proceeding smoothly. My lawyer is a shark, and honestly, the evidence made it pretty open and shut. I got what was fair, and then some. As for my ex-wife and best friend, let's just say karma came knocking. Hard. Best friend got let go from her job. Apparently, spending company time and resources on romantic trips doesn't sit well with HR. Who knew? Last I heard, she's moved back in with her parents and is job hunting. Oops. My ex? She's been calling, texting, emailing. Full of regret, apparently. Realized what she lost. Tough luck, Buttercup. Actions have consequences. Our mutual friends are divided. Some are sympathetic to her, the ones she probably spun some sob story to, but most are firmly on my side. They saw how happy we were, how blindsided I was. The best part? The quiet. My apartment feels lighter, cleaner. No more sneaking around, no more lies. Just me and my peace. I've reconnected with some old friends, started a new hobby, pottery, surprisingly therapeutic, and honestly, I'm feeling good. Not ecstatic, not jumping for joy, but a solid, calm good. The betrayal hurt, deep down. But I didn't let it consume me. I dealt with it, strategically and decisively. Learned a few things through all this. Trust your gut, document everything, and don't be afraid to walk away from what doesn't serve you. Also, cloud backups can be a betrayer's worst enemy. Just saying. Thanks for following along, Reddit. Your virtual support and the occasional burn them all comment help more than you know. On to the next chapter. Peace out.